Okay, well, it's 7 o'clock, and I wanted to start this meeting up and thank you all for joining. Welcome to the first online beginning band rental meeting for Ashland. For those of you that don't know us, my name is Marty Krall. I'm the music department chair, and we also have Mr. Neil Ebert. Mr. Ebert will be your teacher for all of 5th grade. I want to first thank you for joining us today as we discuss ways to acquire the instruments and equipment you need for 5th grade band. So believe it or not, band is currently in its 96th year in the Ashland City Schools. And we can't wait to have you become a part of our tradition. We know you've met several times already and are anxious to get instruments in your hands, and we plan to start playing and learning right away. Students will meet up to 2 times a week at school, but like with any new skill, home practice will be necessary to be successful. And to aid you in this success, you must start with a quality instrument, and that's why we're here today. I recommend renting an instrument to get your feet wet. Both programs you'll hear about today offer fantastic options for you to consider. Some of you may have family instruments at home that you intend to use, and I would recommend that you take those instruments to a music store right away so they can give it a tune-up and a once-over and make sure everything's in proper working order. And besides the instrument, your child will also need one of our lesson books. And we use the Tradition of Excellence book for 5th grade and suggest that you purchase a folding music stand as well for home practice. We have worked with the following gentlemen for years. We've got Mr. Bell here from Pellegrino Music, Mr. Mike Metcalf of Mike's Music in Ashland, and Mr. Greg Dempsey, Educational Representative for Music and Arts, which is the company through which Mike's Music is affiliated. So please allow each of these gentlemen a few minutes to outline their programs. Copies of their flyers are available in the band handout that we've placed on the band website at www.ashlandbands.org. We'll also post a recording of tonight's meeting for those that need to review any details, or if you'd like to pass the info along to someone who couldn't make it tonight. So thanks again for listening. And first up, I'd like to welcome Mr. John Bell of Pellegrino Music.
Thanks for having me, Marty. Can you raise your hand if you guys can hear me? Cool, thank you. First off, I want to kind of reiterate about you really want to go with the music companies. There are a lot of online stuff right now that really is not a really good instrument. It looks cheap. It looks like it's about $200 or something. And then when you go to get it, you find out that you can't get parts for it. I think Mike can attest. It's very hard to go up, so please be careful of that. Obviously, you're under no obligation to purchase from any of us. But I do encourage you. You need to go to, and we all carry this, one that visits the school on a regular basis, so we can actually pick up the instrument. I know even though we're in Canton, Ohio, I will pick up that instrument. I'll bring it, take it to the store, and I'll take it back. So you don't have to go all the way to Canton. Basically, if you need any supplies, all you have to do is call the store. And I think Mr. Krall can attest to the fact that I'm there and I can have it delivered to him right away. You really want to get somebody with an in-store repair shop because we can repair them in the store. Some music companies out there will actually send it out and you won't get it for weeks. With us, it's within a week usually, unless it's an overhaul or something like that. I want to talk a little bit about our rental plan. We have like a 3-tiered rental plan. We have a new, which is fresh out of the box, nearly new, which are instruments that's been rented for a short period of time, and a rental return, which is like your used instruments that show a lot of blemishes and things like that. So you do have a 3 different use. I recommend it's retired. I know how students are, and that will pay for itself. And again, I would pick up the repair if you get the maintenance plan. Well, I'd pick up the repair at any time, but if you do have the maintenance plan, we have a loaner that we can get to you, and you won't be out an instrument. The only thing I request, if you do have a maintenance plan, please, when you call the store, tell them you have a maintenance plan so I can have a loaner ready for you when I take the instrument. We have starter packs available that include all the necessary things that's needed for your rental. That's all the greases and reeds and everything. Again, you can do it online. You're going to pay for 2 months up front and get the third month free. So after you pay your 2 months, your next payment will be due January 5th. At any time during while you're renting that instrument, if you want to pay it off, it's 25% off whatever the balance is. You do want to go rent to own, because basically if your child wants to switch, like if they're playing a flute or something and they want to switch with Mr. Ebert, Mr. Kroll's blessing on that, of course, all your rental credit goes towards the other instrument. So you're not out any money while you're renting the instrument. At any time, of course, you can return it and I will pick it up and the payment stop. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask either Director Mr. Kroll or myself, and that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Bell. I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Metcalf over at Mike's Music Corner in Ashland. Oh, just a sec. We're going to unmute you, Mike. There we go.
Is that better?
Got it.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kroll. Thank you, Mr. Ebert. And thank you, Mr. Bell. I'm happy to be here. We're so thankful to be talking to you tonight, and we're all so excited to know that your students are going to take band. I'll bet all four gentlemen that I'm looking at right now, I think Greg is here somewhere, but I don't see him, remember the first time that they got their first instrument. I can remember it like it was yesterday when I opened the lid on my trumpet and there it was, that shiny piece of metal. So we're thankful that that you parents are here to support your students in their new exciting venture. I do represent Mike's Music Corner. We are located right downtown in Ashland. I should say beautiful Ashland. Every day it gets a little nicer. Got a lot of pink flowers down there. And we are located just west of the Center Street, Main Street intersection on the corner of Orange and Main. There's plenty of parking there. And we love to see you come downtown. We offer pretty much a full service of things. We sell and rent instruments. We service what we sell and rent, of course. We offer lessons, and Mr. Kroll mentioned that a little bit ago about practicing at home. Signing up for a private lesson is a great way to motivate your student to practice a little bit at home every day. We offer sheet music and we offer methods, including your new red book that you're going to get for your band instrument, Tradition of Excellence. That is a great book. And there's a lot of supplementary materials that go along with that you can get that make it a really great learning experience. And really, because of the nice online presence that you can get with that book to go along with your lessons, it makes it much easier and much more fun to practice at home. So we like that book a lot. We are a vendor for the Ashland City Schools. We do a lot of their repairs on the board-owned instruments. And we're also affiliated with a national company called Music and Arts. This is a great company that's been around since 1952. And I just want to read to you just a little bit about the background of this company. They start nearly 250,000 new musicians each school year. We are proud to be associated with this company and their ability to offer a fine rent-to-own instrumental program. And we think that this really, their program really affects Ashland's quality of life and makes our slogan special at our music store, which is where music comes to life. So this is a great way using the resources of this national company to get an instrument at a fair price and get you going on hopefully what is a lifetime of music. Our rapid rental plan is what we call this. This is a plan in which for most of the instruments, you can rent 2 months for $5 down. And that includes LDW, which is what we call liability damage waiver. That covers you for repairs. If somebody happens to drop their trumpet on the floor, we'll take care of it. Also, we will supply a loaner if you need to have an instrument right away. And it also covers you in case your horn is stolen in a breaking and entering type situation. So we think that the LDW is a great service to have. It's a $5 a month fee to go along with starting with the third month, which is $26 a month. Saxophones are a little bit more, $10 down for 2 months rent, and then $40 a month after that for the saxophone. Finally, I think I would just like to say that we hope that we'd like to see you keep your money in Ashland County. That's where it should stay. And we hope that you'll have good luck in the start of your new instrument. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. And I think Greg wanted to chime in, Mr. Dempsey. Did you have something to add?
I was just going to screen share a couple of things real quick to kind of help folks possibly with making this easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now if that's okay. Sure. So let me make this bigger here since I got multiple things going on. Okay, so I just screen shared what Mike was talking about, which is the rapid rentals. But it makes it super easy for you folks at home. You can actually just click right on the blue link, the hyperlink, the Ashland Schools band rental, Mike's Music Corner. And actually, if you click on that, I'll even do it for you here. It actually takes you right to the website. And then all you got to do is just select, whatever instrument it is that you want. So let's say someone's doing clarinet. Boom, there's the $5 that Mike was just talking about, the $4.99 plus a penny. And then beginning that third month, it's $26 plus $5 if you do the maintenance program. So again, guys, don't overthink this. This is way, way, way easy to do. You click on that, click continue. The book's already there. Mike carries them in stock as well. So whatever's easiest for you folks, you can either do it right here online or go right into the store. And Mike will be more than happy to do everything he can to take care of you guys. So that was primarily. I also shared the links and the PDFs in the chat. So if you guys click on the chat, those show up there as well. I've already added those plus the price lists, which again Mike kind of already went over. But yeah, so that was all.
Thanks, Greg. I'm going to share my screen one more time. It'll need to, I think, Greg, you're going to have to switch that over to me.
Oh, sure. Try that.
Yep, we're good. So I just want to share with you the band website. It looks fancy up here, but I'll type that into the chat. It's just ashlandbands.org will get you there. Let me type that in right now. www.ashlandbands.org. And that'll get you to our website. And if you click on bands and then go down to where it says Taft, those are our kiddos. And this has got the beginning band meeting information. And when you click on that, hopefully your teachers have already given you this in Canvas. And I know Mr. Ebert has shown the students this in class. You'll also have the flyers for everyone that's talked tonight in there. And then right about here is where you'll find a link to the video of what we're doing right now. So this meeting's going to end up right around there so that you can reference it later. And then just one more time, I just want to pop up on the screen. Hopefully you can see that is our book, The Tradition of Excellence. You'll obviously get the one for your instrument. And the instruments we're talking about are woodwind instruments would be flute, clarinet, and saxophone. Brass would be trumpet and trombone. And percussion would be what we call a bell kit. It's got a snare pad and a set of bells in it, all in one, because we like percussionists to learn all those little pieces and parts. But at this time, if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself or type them in the chat, and we're going to stick around and answer any questions you've got. If you don't have any, thanks again for coming in and joining this chat. We can't wait for you guys to be part of this program. Check out these two companies, all their information, get that instrument right away. We would love to start you guys immediately. Before I sign this out, I didn't know if Mr. Ebert wanted to chime in a little bit, say hi to the kids and their parents. He'll be the one in the classroom. Mr. Ebert?
Come on, unmute. There we go. Hi, everybody, and I'm just wanted to let you know that I'm excited about doing this year. I'm antsy to get the instruments in their hands and to get them to start playing. So as soon as we can get this going, then we can gear things up and roll with it. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it, and hope everything goes smoothly for all of you. If you have any questions, of course, kids, you can talk to me at school, and we'll get this figured out. Thanks a bunch.
We just got a message from Mr. Carpenter, and both of our companies have talked to us and confirmed that they can definitely have instruments in the hands of kids for next week. So hopefully that answers that question for you. There's our website. I just got it clicked in there.
I'm sorry, as far as, I'll speak for Mike here real quick. He has instruments in stock. So you guys could literally go up there tomorrow and pick up what you want. As far as John, I mean, you guys are, I don't know if you're going around once a week or what, but I'm sure same thing. In most cases, guys, all the companies locally kind of work similarly. So we discuss things with the directors, find out when for sure they need the instruments by, which when I spoke to Mr. Ebert, he said he would like to have everything by this coming Monday, if possible. Whether you go online or go into the stores, most likely all of us will have them there in time.
Thanks, Greg. I can echo that for Pellegrino Music also.
Feel free, if you've got any other questions, just unmute yourself or type it into the chat. It's fine. We're actually quite excited. Those of you who have heard the band playing, maybe the marching band, maybe you're an alumni of the band program. We are doing a show this Saturday. You're welcome to pop out to the stadium. We're doing just a band show. It's going to be an hour long. We're playing all of our stuff for the season, just trying to get people to come hear our group because we don't get to play at away games this year. With the pandemic, everything's been kind of changed. So we're trying to get more people to hear the band. So if you are in the vicinity of the stadium, hop on in at 7 o'clock on Saturday. That's one of the best ways to get kids excited about band is to hear what they're going to be capable of in just a few short years. It's kind of crazy. Those of you, perhaps you've got a fifth grader as your oldest child. I mean, just imagine in like 5 years, they're going to be in marching band. That's kind of crazy, but it's true.
Yeah.
But then in 6, they'll be driving, just saying.
Yeah, then there's that. Then there's
what
that.
What everybody's saying is they really grow up fast.
Yeah. The Schwann family typed in, we have my grandpa's trumpet. Izzy wants to play it. Do you think it would be okay, or should we rent her one? Mike just had it in the shop 4 months ago. It's all fixed up. If you're talking about your grandpa's trumpet, I'm gonna guess that it is a good quality brand. Do you happen to know the brand off the top of your head? They didn't start making weird, yeah, you should be fine. That's sort of an entry-level Selmer. That'll definitely get them started. If all the valves are working and you've had it serviced, you're gonna be set. Just pop into the store and get a book, and you should be good to go. Bundy will get them through the first couple years, and if Izzy gets really into it and really excited, then you want to talk about stepping it up to something a little fancier. But I think you're on the right track. No problem. My youngest just started high school, and my oldest was in band, and my middle child was in band, and I know it's coming from the guy who's the band director, but it's going to be an amazing experience. It's going to go fast, and they're going to learn so much, and I'm just excited at the possibilities that are going to be afforded your children because they've decided to join. Yeah, so this question from Mrs. K says, my son wants to play drums, so he needs to get the bell kit. Yeah, that would be the perfect thing for them. Percussion is one big group of instruments. So anybody that wants to take on that section they'll play the snare, they'll play the xylophone, they'll play the bass drum, they'll play the timpani. It's a really well-rounded section. So with that bell kit, it's really affordable, so they don't have to buy an entire drum set unless they're really into that and want to do that later on. But that sort of thing will get them the ability to play all the different mallet parts, which would be the bells and the marimba, the xylophone, those sort of things, but also all the sticking patterns and the rudiments and the snare things. And the great thing about that kit is it comes with a pad that simulates the sound of a snare drum and the technique and the bounce and has the rim, and it really feels that way, but it doesn't drive parents crazy because it's just a pad. So that's the best thing about that drum kit.
Or teachers.
Yes, or drive teachers crazy, exactly. And Dominic wants to know if he can get a trombone tomorrow. Absolutely, Dominic. If you're that excited, I'd go hit one up tomorrow. I'm a trombone player myself, so I like it. Mr. Ebert, the Schwann family says, the trumpet I played in 7th grade honor band in 1999. with you, Mr. Ebert.
Well, yeah, it should be fine. On any of the instruments, I'd get them in and have them checked out at the store just to make sure. What the worst thing that can happen is if something's not quite right, let's say a spit cork is off or something, then they come in the first day all excited to play. Everybody gets their instruments out, and then we find out that their horn doesn't work right. Then it's got to go in the shop and get fixed before they can start playing. And that puts them, they're not starting on the same day as everybody else. And when they're excited, they're not getting that same chance that everybody else gets. So if you could get it in and just get it to the store and have them look it over and they say, yeah, this horn's in great shape, it'll work, we're good to go. Then we just don't have to worry about a late start or finding out once we hit that first day, because then what if it's a day or two before you can get into the store to get it fixed? It just sets everything behind. So this moves us ahead a week if there's a problem. Mike, do you have any comments on that?
Nope, I just back you up on everything you just said.
And I think this particular person, Mr. Ebert, is just pointing out that they also had you and their child is about to have you. So the legacy
You
continues.
might have another parent of that parent that has had me. So it's been going on for a while. Anyway, the Schwann, I don't recognize the name right now. Oh, Steve Carpenter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw Steve earlier. Yeah. Well, I look forward to meeting the parents again. Always good to run into old students, former students.
Yes. Oh, I see. So the Schwann family, they went to Hillsdale, but they remember you
Oh.
from being at the AU honor band.
I'm
what they're
with
talking
you now. That's
right.
the name that confused me. Gotcha. Very
Well,
good.
good. Sounds like that trumpet's going to be perfect for you. All right. Thanks for
You're
joining
welcome.
us. Any more questions before we close things out? And again, I thank you all for joining us. You can email me or Mr. Ebert anytime. I'm going to put our email addresses in there, but they're also in that flyer that's on the band website as well. And there's both of our emails if you need to get in touch with either of us. All right. Well, thanks everybody. And we look forward to a really, really amazing season. We've got lots of kids signed up and excited. And I just can't wait to keep that band tradition at Ashland alive. So thanks again. And thank you, gentlemen, for stopping out and giving us some time this evening to help kids get their instruments.
Thank you.
Thank you,
for
guys.
inviting me, Marty.
Have a great night, everyone.